Before going into the topic details, I want to bring your attention to the UPSC coaching programs offered by ClearIAS. ClearIAS offers online and offline courses to help candidates get selected for prestigious government services like IAS, IPS, or IFS. ClearIAS, Prelims Cum Mains, PCM course, provides a highly effective study plan, well-organized subject-wise videos, study materials, mock exams, and guidance to cover the entire GS syllabus of UPSC CSE Prelims, Mains, and Interview systematically. As a limited period offer, there is a 40% discount on our online courses. Enroll now.
The classical languages. So what is the point? What is the issue here? There are centers for promotion of classical languages for Telugu, for Odia, for Kannada and Malayalam. So they are actually demanding for more autonomy for proper functioning is the current affair news. So that is the point. The four centers, that Telugu, Odia, Kannada and Malayalam, they are demanding for more autonomy because they are facing some issues. So my question is, how many classical languages are there in India? I mean the designated classical languages are there in India. How many? We already got 4. Telugu, Odia, Kannada and Malayalam are there. Is there anything else? Sanskrit is there. Tamil is there. Right. So Sanskrit and Tamil are there. So there are actually 6 classical languages in India. And Tamil was the first one to be declared as a classical language. And rightfully so. Because that much of heritage is actually there. So that much of ancient heritage is there. There were interesting discussions which is the oldest languages of India. So some say that Hindi is a very young language because there is during the Sultanate, around 10,000 years, around 1,000 years back, there was a language called Hindavi. It was slowly evolved to Hindi. But when you take a language such as Tamil, you have got that much of heritage is actually there is a much ancient language. That much of cultural heritage is there, and rightly so. It was in 2004. Tamil was actually declared as the first ever classical language of India, 2004. Then came Sanskrit in 2005, Kannada and Telugu in 2008, Malayalam in 2013, Odia in Odisha in 2014. So the point is 6 classical languages, which are the languages. So please keep in mind, and which is the first language also. Now my question is, the point, yes.
Sir, what is the benefit of being in the class?
Yes, we have another slide here coming. So benefit is, I'll take it. I'll address that particular thing in order. I have that data with me. Very basic benefits only, because there is some kind of recognition for the particular languages, and some scholars also get international awards and all. So those people definitely lobby for it also. Because if only there is actually classical language status, there will be lots of new universities will come, new chairs will come, new research and all the different chairs can also come. So more development will be there in that particular field of literature, and there will be more recognition to the the people who are employed in the literature. For example, if I am writing a novel, if I am writing a poem, etc., in one of the languages, I will be getting more recognition, more chance for getting international awards also. So a lot of different benefits are definitely there. Also, more preservation also. So every languages are actually evolving, continuously evolving. You cannot take any languages which are not at all evolved. Even Sanskrit also, which is one of the widely preserved languages, it has definitely got additions as time passes by. But when we have a classical language status, there will be more fund, more archives, etc., so that the languages, the historical legacy can be more preserved also. So that is a concept here. And certain philosophies. For example, in Tamil Nadu, one of my favorite is Thiruvalluvar. So he has got lot of immense philosophies are there. In GS4, that Thiruvalluvar was directly asked in GS4 paper also in 2019 mains or so. So those kind of Indian philosophers are really important. What if his philosophies were not conserved? So these kind of things are extremely important. So when you are conserving a language, when you are giving status of a classical language, giving it little more protection, more research, etc., which means that you are protecting a important philosophy, a heritage, a norm, a very good idea, maybe it may be preserved. So these kind of things are actually there. And international awards, other than that, center of excellence will be set up. Just like that, each of these languages has centers of excellences for their own researchers and all. Then University Grants Commission, UGC, they actually create professional process chairs, etc., in different universities. So different studies are actually carried out. More focus will be given. So these kind of advantages are there. So my point here is that what happened here is that there is one particular institute, that is the Central Institute of Classical Languages, Mysuru. The thing is, other than Tamil and Sanskrit, all the other four, Kannada, Telugu, Malayalam and Odia, all are actually working under the aegis of Central Institute of Classical Languages, Mysore. So what the point is that these four languages, Kannada, Telugu, Malayalam and Odia, are demanding autonomy because Tamil has got its own institute actually. Sanskrit is also being promoted in certain central institutes and all, but these four languages are under the aegis of this Mysore Institute. So they also demand more, autonomy, etc. And why they demand more autonomy is because of the fund, etc. I'll give you an idea of what the real problem is that. So there was, I'll compare it with Sanskrit actually, around 644 crore rupees were actually spent on Sanskrit alone. But just imagine the number of the amount that is actually spent on other, including the Tamil actually, it is actually 29 crore spent on the other 5 languages. I'm not saying that Sanskrit definitely requires more importance. Why? Because it is not a widely spoken language. Tamil is spoken, Malayalam is spoken, Odia, Telugu, Kannada is all widely spoken, but Sanskrit is not a widely spoken language. So it definitely needs more amount of money. It is actually no logic in saying that it should be equal. That is point. But this is actually disproportionate. That too much of money is spent on one particular language and the other language development, new universities, new chairs are not coming in other languages. So that is why these kind of other languages are actually saying that more autonomy should be there, more fund should be there. So that is why the classical language topic is actually becoming important. So we already mentioned about the different benefits of getting the classical languages criteria, and last but not the least, we'll mention the criteria. This is a screenshot taken from the Press Information Bureau page itself. Only this data is actually available in the page. What are the basic criteria for a language to be getting the classical language status? 4 criteria are there. First one, high antiquity of its earlier text or recorded history over a period of at least 1500 to 200 years. So that particular language should have a huge history, huge records available. At least 1500 to 2000 years of history should be there. The second, a body of ancient literature or text which is considered a valuable heritage by generation of speakers. For example, when we take Sanskrit, there is actually Ramayana, right? When we take Tamil, we have Sangam literature, we have different other Tiruvalluvar literature, etc. So when we take such different literatures, there should be huge amount of literature and text which is actually widely considered as a valuable heritage. The third one, the literary tradition be original and not borrowed from other speech community. That is, it should not be very translated thing. It should be proper in their own languages than the original text actually came, then they can be considered. And the last thing is that the classical language and the literature being distinct from modern, there may also be a discontinuity between the classical language and its later forms of offshoots. That is, my own native language, that is Malayalam. It around 1000 years back, the Malayalam which was spoken at that particular time, it was extremely different. So the point is they are raising is that even if there is a discontinuity, it is okay. That is the point they are actually raising. Be it take it any language, Sanskrit does not have that kind of discontinuity. That is the point. But Tamil, I hope there is 2 different kinds of Tamil, like Sendamil, like something like that is there. Right? I don't know exactly, but you must have watched the movie. What is it? The movie is Ponniyin Selvan. So the Tamil which is actually been in the Ponniyin Selvan movie is actually slightly different from the colloquial normal Tamil. Just like that, it is actually in any other languages, but it is not that much visible in Sanskrit because it is preserved. It is not a common talking language. If Sanskrit was also such like that, it would also be undergoing lot of evolution. But other than that, even if there is a discontinuity there, even if it is actually distinct from modern, it can also be considered as a classical language. So these are the criteria, these are the words which are actually mentioned for the identification or classification of classical languages. Alright, this is actually extremely prelims oriented content. May ask you the criteria in mains, but more possibility of coming in prelims.